From Monday to Tuesday, you don't have any fun. From Wednesday to Thursday, just gonna have for a run. Friday and Saturday, you're always getting drunk. And Sunday, you stay at home and never go to church.
All right, my night outers, that was the Magunks, Killing Me Slowly. This is My Night Out Radio, only on RI Free Radio. Tonight we have a star-studded cast. I'm trying to make it sound good. We have Mr. George Gorner sitting directly across the table from me.
You were right, star-studded.
I'm fortifying what I said. Oh. On the sound, we have Mr. Tony Jones.
I believe you have a cavalcade of stars.
And in the hot seat tonight, we have Rob Forand.
Hey.
Which was actually in air only a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
With the Magunks.
Now I'm back.
Now he's back to promote, kick me under the table a little. It's okay. Does it? My wife's right over there in the corner. If you get a little frisky, she's going to take you out. He's going to be promoting.
Sure how to interpret that.
Wow, you see, catch him off guard early. Anyways, he's going to be promoting his book, Blame the Kennedys and Other Gifts. Yep. Now, right now, thankfully, because of the negotiation my wife made with Mr. Jones, we are now on Monday nights. If you're listening live, thank you for tuning in. If you're listening on the podcast and want to listen live, Monday nights is the time the day to catch us, immediately following the Haunted Cabaret.
Yeah, if you're listening on podcast, thanks for finally getting around to it.
Yes. So while everyone is right now chewing on something, because that was also part of the negotiation, my wife has to cook dinner every Monday night now. and judging by the looks on everyone's face, they're going to be holding it to that. We're going to talk about places that we've gone out to eat in the last week, because that's how a fat guy rolls. Rolls on our stomach. Well, I had to have a heart-to-heart conversation with my nephew the other day, because he's been he's 18, hormones are running wild.
Oh, yeah.
They think very unclearly, and the best way to get them to pay attention is to feed them. So we gave him the option between tacos, pizza, whatever. He went with pizza. So we ended up at Cecilia's Pizza up on Atwells Avenue, 181 Atwells Avenue in Providence. And I got to tell you, the pizza there is very good. Now, we only tried one incarnation because, that's all we could eat. That's all we could fit. We literally could not eat more than half a pizza. Me and my 18-year-old nephew, half a pizza.
How big is this pizza?
It's only about 20 inches, 22 inches around. However, it is a stuffed pizza.
Oh, all right.
So you have a layer of crust on the bottom, and then we got the meat lovers. So it was ham, sausage, bacon, pepperoni, aardvark, whatever type of meat.
Basically, you ate a meat casserole.
Exactly. With another layer, lots of cheese. That with some onion rings, and forget it, literally ate half a pizza between the two of us. We couldn't eat any more. I do have to say, and just because I noticed from across the table, I did not partake in the salad. However, the salads, you don't make friends with them, but they are huge. So my wife actually took home more salad than she was able to consume. The place is amazing food-wise, and the bill wasn't actually that bad. Salad, pizza, drinks, everything only came around $40 and change.
Well, that's not bad, yeah.
So, food was very good, hot, fresh, and when you get in the stuffed pizza, they tell you right off the bat, it's going to take 30 minutes for it to get out here. So
you know,
it's fresh. You know it's fresh. It's worth the wait. So if you're in Providence, definitely want to hit Cecilia's Pizza. I'm going to catch you on the spot right now.
Yeah.
Last place you went out to eat, what was it?
Is that actually going to a restaurant or?
Yeah. Going in or takeout.
Well, I mean, I ordered Domino's Saturday night on my way after I went to the parlor.
Polar opposites.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also
I'm
lunch
sorry.
for the next lunch for the whole week. So,
what about you, George? Any local or recent?
yeah, I'm not that cultured.
Well, is it? I'm not sure if it's local because it's about a 40-minute drive from where we sit right now. Is that local enough for Rhode
That's
Island?
local enough for me.
4G's Pizza in Killingly, Connecticut.
I've actually been to there.
Oh, a lot of people have. It's good stuff. Good pizza.
Are they the ones that do the onion strings?
Yes.
Yes, we've been there. The basket of onion strings is about the size of my head. Oh, it's so good.
Almost anything is,
Yeah,
good
really
size
food.
orders of everything.
So what did you get while you were there?
Let's see. Today I wasn't that adventurous. I got all I got was. See, I wish you would ask me on some other week because I would have been able to talk about the pork chops or the bourbon pork chops or the.
You can do that.
You
do
can
have
talk
free
about
choice.
that. See, it's called writer's pen. You can elaborate on maybe I had the pork chops.
Artistic license.
Everything's a lie.
Well, actually, since I eat there about at least once a week, I will say, like today I had just a seafood roll. Nothing basic. I wasn't that hungry. The thing to eat there though is when they have the bourbon pork chops.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pork chops with bourbon. The taste of bourbon, onions, and covered with onions, peppers, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, bourbon pork chops. That's my endorsement for 4Gs. And the pizza. I mean, the pizza is really good.
Yep.
I mean, I would say it's in my top 3 of pizzas.
Well, I got to say, when I was there, we both had sandwiches. I actually got. It's my guilty pleasure. You know, it's the hamburger grinder or cheeseburger grinder.
Yep.
You know, it's like triple cheeseburger, only it's spread out on a hoagie roll or a submarine sandwich roll, you know, depending on what part of the country you're from.
Right, so it's not stacked up 3 deep.
It's not 3 deep, it's
right.
3 wide.
It's got to be easier to eat too.
Well, no, because they put all the toppings in en masse on top of it. So as you fold it over, the bread's breaking, all the juices melt. It's a great, messy sandwich.
Yeah, basically it's the same thing as ordering a Hamburg steak, except they chop it in 3 pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, why don't we take a break here? When we come back, we're going to put the screws to Bobby over here, and we're going to make him actually talk about his book. We might even break it down by chapter.
Oh, wow.
What about
See, there's no chapters. They're all different, either stories or poems.
You know, I just had an inspiration. What about making him read from it?
We could do that.
You should have thought of that an hour ago, George.
I should have. It just occurred to me right now.
See? It's the mother of invention. It's just the panic at the last minute, really. So we're going to leave here. We're going to take a little break. We're going to listen to a little bit of Chained to Insanity. The name of the song is Fatal Kiss. We'll be back in a minute.
your door, afraid of what's inside. I greet the nurse who knows me all too well. I ask if you have left your bed. She just sighs and shakes her head and says, you're having one of those days. These days are my little hell. It means they came and they erased you, took you away and then replaced you with someone using your name who looks exactly the same. And now the real you is gone, it's gone, it's gone. I'm sure to breathe this dream out in the narrow hours in between. May you find love and may then you always hold on and on and on. I watch your eyes that won't see mine. I reflect back to a time those eyes burned bright not long ago. How I miss that light, that life. How I need my friend, my wife. But now what reflects in your eyes is a man you don't know. Because they came and they erased you, took you away and then replaced you with someone using your name who looks exactly the same. But now the real you is gone, it's gone, it's gone. Life shone to breathe this dream out in the narrow hours in between. May you find love and may then you always hold on and on and on. Find love and hold on tight. Grant me another night. Far from this terrible place and the stranger who wears your face. Before sundown, before it all went so wrong. Before they came and they erased you, took you away and then replaced you with someone using your name who looks exactly the same. And now the real you is gone, it's gone, it's gone. Life short to breathe this dream out in the narrow hours in between. May you find love and may then you always hold on and 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 on. Because they came and they erased you, took you away and then replaced you with someone using your name who looks exactly the same. Now the real you is gone, it's gone, it's gone. Because they came and they erased you. Let's try to breathe this dream out in the narrow hours in between. Find love and may then you always hold on and on and on. Because they came and they erased you, took you away and then replaced you with someone using your name.
All right, that was The Fatal Flaw. The name of that song was Narrow Hours. Before that was Chained to Insanity, Fatal Kiss. We have Bobby Forand from the Magunks, but we're not promoting the Magunks. Well, at least
We're
not
always
right this
promoting
second.
the Magunks.
At least not at this second. What we're actually promoting is your book, Blame the Kennedys and Other Gifts.
Yep.
Now, give us a little background on this book. How did this book come about?
All right, so it came about every year for Christmas, probably, I don't know, since 10, 12, 13 years. I've been writing a story for my mother. She got the idea from the Kennedys. She was reading one of their books, and their parents would make them write a story for every occasion. So that's what they did for the parents. So my mom kind of hinted that she'd like that, so I started doing it for Christmas. And then last year I had the idea to put them all together in a book for her. And I talked to Mark from 75 or Less. He roped him into putting it out. And it wasn't ready on Christmas Day, but I had the PDF, so I was able to send that to her. Nate Shaw, who is also in the Magunks, he did the cover art.
Yep.
Which I think it came out very nice.
No, it came out really nice.
Yeah, so it is mostly Christmas theme stories or stories that take place around Christmas time with a few other things. I had some other time to kill. So there's one I wrote for my sister before my niece was born. There's one I actually wrote for my mom for Mother's Day. There's a poem I wrote for my dad, who's a Vietnam veteran, and another one that I wrote for one of my friends who's having a bad day, so she asked me to send her something to cheer her up, so I wrote that. I sent her a text message, and that turned out to be that story. Mm-hmm. So and that's where the other gifts come from.
Oh, okay. Now, you have an excerpt that you were kind of being forced to read.
Instigated, not forced.
Oh, okay. Coerced. So, are you ready? Or
Yeah, so I can either read that story that I texted to my friend, or I have a poem.
It's entirely up to you.
I'm terrible at choices.
Okay. Flip a coin.
All right, I have a coin app on my phone because that's what I do. I can't. This coin makes
Flip
all
a
my life
Bitcoin.
decisions. It just takes a while to load. Which is tough when I'm trying to do this in the car to figure out if I want to take one exit or the other. So we'll go heads. I'll do the poem. Tails. I'll go the story. Coin says heads.
Poem it is.
Yeah. So I have no clue what year I wrote this, but it's called "The View from the Ceiling." And I haven't looked at this, so I don't know if I will get all the words right. So the night itself goes silent. The world, it stops. For nothing matters but the family, sitting and talking around emptying plates. Torn wrapping paper sits ruffled in garbage bags on the porch. Presents line the walls, piled high and unopened, left for another time. Laughter bouncing along the walls, stories pass across the table. Bonding rekindles its purpose. The moments become etched in memories. A homemade night that truly doesn't end. A tradition grows stronger. The love grows deeper. Everyone grows closer again. Hearts become larger while pockets don't empty. Candles burn small while smiles brighten the room. The house smells of happiness. This snapshot is priceless. Time well spent and meaningful. The traces of such spirit remains in the dust that sprinkles the house. Up from above, he smiles, glad that some still remember significance. And that's it.
Wow. Now, is there any background to that, or was it just?
Nope, it's just me. It's most of the time is me scrambling for an idea on Christmas Eve. so I'm hoping to have something.
So hopefully, Mom doesn't know that part yet.
Oh no, I've told her, and she's probably listening. So.
By the way, though, do you realize that when your mother was hinting around, do things like the Kennedys? Are you sure she wasn't hinting around for you to enter politics and run for president?
I don't think so.
No.
Small steps.
Yeah.
Get the stories for us, president later.
Okay. Yeah. When this blows up, I mean, they'll just be asking me to be president. They won't even vote
absolutely.
me in. They'll just put me in there,
Okay.
which I wouldn't want to do.
Why not? It seems to go so well for so many other people.
Yeah, just look at how well they age in those 8 years. Look at the before and after.
They age like milk.
No, it's true. Especially like Obama's the best example. Like hair was brown when he went in there, now it's gray.
Yeah.
Oh, but look at W too.
Look at Bill Clinton. I mean, granted, there are extenuating circumstances
I
because
think
he has to
Bill
live
Clinton.
with Hillary.
Yeah,
but,
and he also had triple bypass surgery too. So
yeah, but I mean, he went from vibrant saxophone player to he kind of looks like the crypt keeper with a bad wig. Sorry, Bill, if you're listening.
Which I'm sure he is.
You look like hell.
Too many cigars will do that to you.
He wasn't using them.
now the only president that ended up left office looking the same as he did when he went in was Richard Nixon.
I thought you were going to say Kennedy, and I was going to say that was low.
No, Nixon. And the reason for that is more than one person have said that it was because he thrived on power like a vampire drinks blood. And so he came out of there fatter and more self-satisfied than when he started.
So I don't know where to go from there. I mean, this is the first time we've actually had something borderline on culture on my show, and
don't know how
I'm
cultured this is.
spellbound. So why don't we tell people where they can get this book?
So right now you can get it on Amazon. If you know me or you look, I do have a Facebook page. I think is just Blame the Kennedys.
Just Blame the Kennedys and other gifts. @Blame the Kennedys on Facebook.
Yes, you look at that. You can send me a message. I can send them to you. Or if you happen to see me outside or anywhere, I usually have them in my trunk because I've been too lazy to bring them into my apartment. I'm hoping I kind of missed the cut on the Rhode Island Authors Expo, so hopefully Motif will let me sneak in a book next to them. So I do write for Motif too. Okay. I do, oddly enough, book reviews and small business articles. So nice. I'm kind of hoping that they'll let me slide in and put a book there.
Nice.
I'm also going to try to talk some stores. We were looking at Alchemy. They just put up a display booth, so bands can sell merch, people can sell art. I'm going to ask them if I can put some books there, and there's probably some other local stores I'll try to get them at.
See if you can get some DJ Psyco Eddie shirts in there.
That was a limited run. Unfortunately, now that I'm not DJing anymore, it's kind of counterproductive to advertise.
Could you make sure to say ex-DJ Psyco Eddie?
Advertise something I don't do anymore. Let's get those phones humming so I can turn them away.
Oddly enough, I had a fellow RI Free Radio alum contact me, and they're like, well, yeah, I know you retired, but I was just wondering if you could just do one more show. ... Yeah. But why don't we take a break? Just so I can gain my composure, because again, I'm still spellbound and shocked. I am full of schmalekum here.
Yeah, that might be the first thing that's ever been on any of our shows that was not in bad taste.
Well, yeah, but probably the best. Yeah, all right. I'm just going to go to the music. We're going to leave here with a little bit of Whiskey Fire. The name of the song is Not Evil. We'll be back in a minute. All right, my night outers, that was Sorrow Seed. Name of that song was Scourge of the Hierophant.
That's such horrible timing, too, that song ended then, because George was just about to tell the punchline from his story. But now, like all the listeners, we won't know how it ends either.
They won't even know the story. All you're missing is the punchline.
Yeah.
True. Well, if you want to be part of the radio show like Bobby here, you might want to hit me up on my email, MyNightOutRadio@Verizon.net. We will talk about just about anything. If you want to get your music out there, promote yourself, promote your business. If you want to sponsor our show, by all means, hit me up, MyNightOut Radio, all one word, @Verizon.net. Also, don't forget to check out our website, MyNightOutRI.com, for all your upcoming entertainment and event needs. Facebook /MyNightOut, Twitter, and Instagram, which I do have open pretty much every time I do a show now. I also have my Facebook Messenger. If you want to get in touch with me, that's definitely more ways you can do it. You could look me up at DJ Psyco Eddie. Yeah, I only have it open because if people want to get in touch with me, I don't post much over there anymore. I think the only posts I do is when I'm doing a show, well, like tonight. Well, I got to bring up a website I stumbled across.
Uh-oh.
It was on the work computer, Tony.
No squeegee.
No squeegee, no
chisel.
saran wrap on the keyboard. This was an actual legitimate PG-rated website called Spoon University. And they have 50 places you should dine in Providence in no particular order. Yeah, I'll even turn it so you can check it out, Bobby.
Oh, I thought that was a turtle.
No, that's a steak.
Oh, wow. That is a steak.
Just don't get your fingerprints on that computer.
However, I mean, I'm going through it now. Most of these places, I'm happy to say, or I'm a little dismayed to say that I've been to.
All 50?
Not all of them, but pretty close. Like the first one that comes up is Los Andes. I did a written piece. Al Forno, I've been there a few times. Excellent grilled. The pizza is excellent. Waterman Grill, I've been to. Oneyville, New York System. That's like a religion around here.
I threw up there. I think a lot of people have.
Haven't we all? Bagel Gourmet, Eastside Pockets, the Grange. Now, in no particular order, one that actually hits home really nicely, Hudson Street Deli, excellent sandwiches. Now, as I'm going through this thing, I'm realizing that there are mostly mom and pops. You're not going to find any of the, like, not your average Joe's or any of the chain restaurants, which I'm kind of partial for this not to be going in that route. Being a person,
is Spike's on there?
I haven't gotten all the way through yet. Amy's Place. I'm really partial.
Caserta's.
Yeah, Caserta's is in there. You know, the Duck and Bunny. Definitely, some of these are landmarks where if you haven't eaten there, you're not a Rhode Islander. PVD Donuts, by the way.
Those donuts are terrifyingly big.
They are huge, but they are excellent.
Yeah, I had the Fruity Pebbles one once. Somebody brought them to a show, so that was the only time I went. I don't have the patience to stand in line, but it took me about a week to eat. So.
See, I have a lot of nieces and nephews, so I send them on errands. One nephew, I sent him to the Square Donut Company up in Warwick.
Yeah, that's right near my house. I haven't gone there either.
Either have I, but I've had their donuts because I sent my nephew.
Yeah.
But definitely, we're leaning towards all the locals. Some of the locals get a lot more traffic than others just because of location. Like, perfect example, Nick's on Broadway. Literally, it's one of the major thoroughfares coming out of downtown Providence. It's on your right-hand side. If you do not see Nick's, go to your doctor and get your eyes checked because, I mean, you've missed it.
So do they have Allie's Donuts? I'm interested to see if they have that.
Well, I'm like I said,
No, we're only about halfway through.
Yeah, we're about halfway through. Circe, they have excellent fries, and I'm not just saying it because it's in the picture with a. It looks like a lobster salad sandwich, but the fries there are excellent. The ketchup, it's house-made ketchup. It's really good. Malted barley, I've been to the one down in
South County.
So it's in Westerly. Westerly, that's it. La Crêperie, I have not been to. It's one of the few. The vegan bakery, that's kind of a given. I haven't.
Even though some of the vegan foods aren't all that healthy for you either.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I have not. If you want to do like the soba noodles, which fall under the vegan envelope, I guess soba noodles are excellent. However, when you're putting the thing that really loses me is the tofu. Tofu, I have every incarnation.
That's gross.
Yeah, any incarnation of tofu you could imagine. I've tried it. I want to like it. I just can't.
See, what I went to Veggie Fun, which used to be where you guys had the radio station.
Yeah, I go there religiously.
I've gone there with my friend Holly a few times when she's in town, and I don't know what I eat there, but it tastes like chicken.
Everything tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
Now, one place that I have done many times is the one right now, Pastiche. They have a flourless chocolate cake, which probably equivalates to lead. It is super heavy. Baja Tex-Mex Grill, another good place. The burritos there, not the burritos, the tacos are excellent. And as I'm going through U-Melt, they just got themselves in a little bit of trouble. They had, it was called the white trash melt. However, I guess some people who were white trash were offended by this.
People are offended by everything, man.
You know, I call it the snowflakes. You know, it's raining, I'm going to melt, whatever. These people, it's a sandwich. It's a grilled cheese.
Well, people also notice when you complain.
But why are you complaining?
So attention.
To complain.
I mean, yeah, if you just complain that, there was a piece of glass in
but
my
it
grilled
works.
cheese. Yeah.
See, that's one thing, yeah.
You
know, there's half a dead rat in my white sauce sandwich. That's a problem.
But no one's going to pay any mind to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you
say you're offended.
You hurt my feelings. I am offended because you named it after, a racial or economic slur. Oh, my Lord. Milk Money, another very good tapas bar. Not another good. It is a very good tapas bar. Pane Vino is actually one of the places where you will find a lot of the local chefs going to.
Yeah, that
That's
sounds
a good
way too
sign.
fancy. I don't even
Yeah.
think I can afford
It
to say
actually-
that name out loud.
Pane Vino is actually not very well priced.
Do they have layaway?
Yeah, if you look up the menu on your own, the prices aren't that bad. It sounds a little stuffy. It's a little place. You can usually get a table without too much of a delay in there.
It's on Federal Hill.
It's on Federal Hill, right on Atwells Avenue, a couple doors down from, the Mexican restaurant that's up on Federal Hill. Anyways, it's like 2 doors down from there. But the consistency is spot on. You have that one dish, whatever it is, spaghetti and meatballs. If you have it today, tomorrow, 10 weeks from now, 10 years ago, for as long as they've been open, it tastes the same.
Signature dish,
Consistency is phenomenal over there. And that's why a lot of the local chefs like going there, is because they have that consistency. Timmy's Legendary Grilled Pizza. Legendary, that falls on one of those cases. If you have to tell me it is, it isn't. It's good. Don't get me wrong.
Like from
but
Melt, the world's best cup of coffee.
Yeah. Now, one of my favorites, Rancho Grande. El Rancho Grande, right at the start of Plainfield Street as you're coming out of Oneyville, on the going away from the city. It's one of those places where you feel like you've just robbed them, because I've gone in there, eaten, my wife, I've taken my nephew, my niece, my sister, my whole family. I've taken my parents there, and when you're done, they bring the bill, and it's like $25 for like 4 people to eat. It's like, come on, I feel bad. You like give them an extra tip because like, there's no way that I ate only that much food. It's worth it. Chef Maria is very supportive of the local music and art scene as well. And that's, again, El Rancho Grande on Plainfield Street. Harry's Burger Bar, if you like sliders, you're not into the whole big old sloppy burger. You're into the nice little ones. Yep. Sliders are excellent. T-Lux, haven't been. Julian's, really good. Don Jose Tequilas, that's the restaurant Pane Vino is next to.
Oh, look at that.
And it's not looking good for Allie's Donuts.
No alleys, no spikes.
No alleys, no spikes. Chez Pascal and Worst Kitchen, W-U-R-S-T, not W-O-R-S-T. Limbs. So yeah, I'm thinking this is mostly just Providence and not all of Rhode Island.
A few, but you figure if you have PVD, you should throw Alley's in there, because I think Alley's has actually been voted one of the best donuts in the country.
Yeah. Well, this is coming from Spoon University. This is their take on places you have to visit.
And it's a conversation piece.
Yeah,
Just like you listen to the 40 best rock album, 40 best punk albums, you're not going to be happy with that.
I'm curious as to what the admission criteria is to Spoon University, because I've been thinking about going back for my master's degree, and that sounds like a fine university.
Well, why don't we take a break, and while we're on the break, I will research that. But we're going to
Tony's going to be graduating in the next 7 minutes. So.
We're going to
Stay tuned for his graduation ceremony.
We're going to be listening to a little Sienna. The name of the song is Change. We'll be back in a minute.
We will exchange a couple of lines, and then
for me. Crawl off and bury me, your halo. We don't need the burden now, do we? Fly off my shoulder, little angel. It's not my pride, but it's your fault. Chained to my wrists and to my ankles. You never tried to break your fall. You're just like heaven. You're just like heaven. You're just like heaven. You're just like heaven. Count up your feathers and my demons and tell me, how is this their fault? Am I just another reason, or do you have any at all to keep whispering secrets into my ear and carry out to me my cross? Take all the blame and give me patience. You've never won and I've never lost. You're just like heaven. You're just like heaven. You're just like heaven. You're just like heaven. You're my 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 heaven. Wake up and take off, little angel. Dust your wings off for me. Crawl up and bury me. Your halo. We don't need the burden now, do we? Fly off my shoulder, little angel. It's not my God, but it's your fault. Chained to my wrists and to my ankles. You never tried to break your fall. You're just like heaven. You're just like heaven. You're just like heaven. You're just like heaven.
All right, my night outers. That was Some Assembly Required. Name of that was Exit 152. Before that, we had Sienna. The name of that song was changed. Now, we've gone almost a full hour with Mr. Bobby Forand over here. who
Unlike
is-
Bobby and I, those two bands are the kind of bands that like actually make money instead of lose money.
They're not cover bands, though.
Yeah, actually, the sad part is if the biggest money makers right now are cover bands.
Yeah.
And well, it is
We could
what
do
it
a
is.
whole hour on that.
Yeah, we could do multiple on
And then we could do the
covers.
Nux Show covering that show that we did talking about
Get
cover
paid?
bands. Yeah.
But getting back on track, we have Bobby Forand, who, of course, he's from the Magunks.
Mm-hmm.
So what do the Magunks have coming up?
Well, Gunks, we're playing Friday. We're playing in somewhere in Connecticut. It's a few hours away. So guys probably won't want to go there. But November 18th, we're playing the Midway. It's a matinee show from 4 to 8. We got Cheech coming. It's their EP release show. They haven't played in a while, so it should be a good time. We also have Hopeless, which is most of the guys from Reason to Fight. So that's their first show. And a oi band from Mass called Commonwealth, which is a bunch of guys from The Martians. So it's guys that I'm really good friends with. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Cool.
And then day before Thanksgiving, we're playing the News Cafe in Pawtucket with We Own Land and Blackletter. So that's just going to be a killer show. Really good bands.
Okay, and well, the original reason why he came here, the main reason why he came here, was the book Blame the Kennedys and Other Gifts, which is available on Amazon.
Yep.
If anyone wants to get a physical copy of this book, how would they do it?
You can find me. You can look at our Facebook page. I think is at Blame the Kennedys. You can send me a message. I can send one to you. Or if you see me around, you can ask me. I usually have them in my trunk. And usually we'll have
That
some
makes me
around.
laugh every time. I don't know why.
Well, Thank you very much for coming down,
Yeah,
Bobby.
thanks
I
for
can't
having
thank
me.
you enough. Mr. Jones, I want to thank you for making us sound so good.
Every time Bobby talks about the fact that he has junk in his trunk, I just start laughing like a schoolgirl. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm a grown-ass man.
And unfortunately, Mr. Gorner had to cut out because of a personal prior engagement.
He's going to go fight for 15.
He's got to keep people off someone else's lawn.
So we're going to leave here with a little bit of Pistol Shot Gypsy. The name of the song is Just My Luck. We'll see you next time.